Godzilla Minus One released its official trailer today, and the question on many people's lips is, why is it called Godzilla Minus One? It is a widely held belief that the colossal behemoth known as Godzilla, emerging from the depths of the sea in Ishiro Honda's seminal 1954 cinematic masterpiece, serves as a profound embodiment of Japan's post-war trauma, an intricate allegory, some assert, echoing the haunting reverberations of the nuclear spectres that had descended upon Hiroshima and Nagasaki, or perhaps a symbolic manifestation of a vengeful and destructive USA. Since those fateful days, the gargantuan reptilian entity has assumed a myriad of forms, some displaying benevolence while others malevolence. However, the inextricable historical ties binding Godzilla to Japan's darkest epochs have seldom been as palpable as they are in Godzilla Minus One, the forthcoming Japanese cinematic opus from Toho, poised to grace US theatres on the first day of December, and unfortunately we don't know if it's getting a UK release. The most recent trailer for this cinematic tour de force lays bare this poignant connection. Godzilla Minus One unfolds against the backdrop of the late 1940s, portraying the creature's rampage within a nation already humbled by the harrowing spectre of World War II's defeat. Toho, in a press release explicating the film's title, conveys the stark message. After the war, Japan's economic state has been reduced to zero. Godzilla appears and plunges the country into a negative state. As if this weren't laden with enough post-war melancholy, the trailer masterfully juxtaposes scenes of Godzilla-inflicted devastation with haunting imagery of nuclear detonations, lifeless soldiers strewn across battlefields, and a woman's anguished cry directed at a uniformed man exclaiming, "You're a disgrace." One character's somber declaration adds depth to the narrative, stating, "That monster will never forgive us." If Shin Godzilla sought to satirize Japanese politics while reshaping Godzilla in the context of the 2011 tsunami and the Fukushima nuclear catastrophe, Godzilla Minus One is unmistakably returning the iconic titan to its original crucible of meaning. Yet, both these cinematic endeavours share a common aspiration: to rekindle the primal terror that has always defined the colossal creature. So, what does the Minus One mean in Godzilla Minus One? The "monster will never forgive us" line is a perfect example of the potential double meaning of Godzilla Minus One. If we take Toho's statement in their press release as Godzilla emerging and casting the nation into an abyss of negativity as the sole explanation, then that would merely be it. And yet, we have rumours and rumblings that there is indeed in fact two Godzillas in this film. One was rumoured and rumbled to be an orca-shaped type monster, and there are other rumours and rumblings and leaks that state there was a Godzilla which hadn't gone through the mutation, the nuclear mutation, and thus wasn't as armoured and is destroyed. So, Godzilla Minus One can literally mean Godzilla minus another Godzilla. I know it sounds quite simplistic and almost laughable in that context, but when viewed through the lens of Godzilla having a mate, a family member, the only other of its kind, lost, murdered, destroyed, in, potentially, nuclear warfare, it adds another layer of meaning and sadness to the name Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One is the magnum opus written and directed by the visionary Takashi Yamazaki. It marks Toho's 33rd foray into the realm of Godzilla and represents the studio's triumphant return to live action after the resounding success of Shin Godzilla. An intricately woven deal with Legendary Pictures, the studio behind the American monsterverse Godzilla films, precludes Toho from releasing a live-action masterpiece in the same year as Legendary. Given this constraint, the silver lining for aficionados is that Toho is thus motivated to grace the US with the presence of Minus One this year, prior to Legendary unleashing of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire next year, 2024. And I do believe Toho were incredibly smart with their deal with Legendary. Have Legendary nurture and foster a wider narrative appeal for the Godzilla franchise, and Toho comes in and releases their version of Godzilla, the true version of Godzilla, one would say. One could indeed say, and it would be not far from the truth at all. Looking at the trailer, which I did a review, breakdown, discussion of first thing this morning, it is a beautifully haunting trailer, stark, with incredible imagery and true physics, where Godzilla stomps and storms around. There's very real weight. And one thing, a side note, which I think is absolutely astounding, is Takashi Yamazaki being the VFX, the writer, and the director of this film. The VFX of Godzilla Minus One, at least as per the trailer, are truly incredible. Truly a thing of beauty and horror, one might say. So, this concludes my video on why is it called Godzilla Minus One. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you know that there was rumours and rumblings of another creature? Does it add another layer of sadness and melancholy to the film? It also may answer some questions as to why Godzilla is so on a rampage in that trailer. Thanks very much, ladies and gents. Take care. Bye-bye now.